for the ground. I'm a 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Happy Friday. So I hope everyone is well here in Zoom. Hope everyone is good in YouTube. Let me see how all systems go. We do look good here. We do look good. All right. So let's get into it. Interesting spot here on GJ. So let's get straight into it here. Gonna have a look at the news as always. Today's going to be Friday. Pretty clean for London session here. Nothing much to worry about. I think next week we start with a bit of news. We have a JPY bank holiday on Monday, and then we start with some GBP news here as well. GBP news here as well, and GBP news here as well. So next week is going to be the catalyst to move price, right? So this is why I think we're seeing a bit of upside here, pricing in some news here, and then next week we're going to have a catalyst here. So next week's going to be important in terms of movement here, and yeah, let's get into the analysis here, see what we got going on. So let's focus up here on the analysis. So we're going to remove drawings here, start off on the monthly time frame. So where are we on the monthly? Reason we're looking at monthly is we're at close to our previous monthly highs here. So if we break these highs, respecting lows, you know, we have more likelihood to continue a little bit more. We could want to just grab liquidity from these highs first, but we did make a bottom wick first. So, you know, these highs are a target here at 188, 962 here. Looking at the weekly time frame, we are just trying to close above the weekly resistance. This week's weekly close is going to be super important, whether we close above weekly resistance or we close below. So we'll have to see what ends up happening here, right? So this is going to be a very important weekly close. Nice bottom wick on this weekly, and if you can close above this range and start to break these highs, you know, we could get continuation here into the 190s, you know, eventually. But looking here on lower time frame, like the daily time frame here, not lower, but you know, lower than the other time frames I was referring to, we can see how this daily candle has come here, closed on huge volume above the range here. So this is our first daily candle close since 2016 at this price. So this is a new all-time high close since 2015-2016 on a closing basis. So for me to see continuation, we need to re-break our own daily highs here, which would give continuation here. This close is obviously showing us bullish pressure. Nothing is indicating to sell. Now, of course, we are at a very dangerous zone here. This is a big rejection zone. Of course, all of our major tops have come from this zone, so we have to keep that in mind. But until we see rejection here, we can't just say, okay, well, I'm going to sell now, or, you know, of course, there will be maybe some sort of inconsistencies here, but if this is the one that breaks through, it could be worth the shot. So we just have to consider that, and consider that, okay, we're here at the top of the range here, and we could see, even though there's some more inconsistencies because we're at the top of the range, you know, we still have to give it a shot because everything's pointing bullish here. And if this is the one that pushes through, it could continue nicely, right? So yeah, major tops have been called here, so obviously we just need to be slightly cautious buying at the top of the range, which we all know what the risks are. And yeah, you know, looking here, 4-hour time frame as well has created a support here. So we can see that the 4-hour time frame has created a support, and unfortunately this 4-hour candle did not close above the resistance here. If this 4-hour candle closed above the resistance, would give a lot more confidence to continue up bullish here. That would have been nice. See if it's, yeah, this broker is showing me the same as well. Yeah, so we're not closing above here. Would be nice to see if we did close above. We do have a bottom wick on this current 4-hour here. I feel if we can break this 4-hour high though, that's what will give us the continuation to this next 4-hour resistance. So let's bring back drawing. This is obviously our daily resistance here. We can just drag it to match it exactly to that 4-hour. It doesn't make too much of a difference. And as you can see here, you know, we're just ranging on the lower time frame. Lower time frame is just chopping at the moment. nothing much to be discussed on the lower time frame in terms of us just chopping. But if we could get above this 1 hour resistance, so if you scroll back here, we have this 1 hour resistance literally right here. If we could get back above that 1 hour resistance, I feel we could go and fill up to that 4 hour resistance, especially with volume here, and just maintain this high-low structure. Even if we have not too much volume, if we look at momentum, it's towards the upside at the moment. So we could just keep on trending our ways and make our way slowly towards the upside here. So, you know, that could be something that happens. But of course, being at all-time highs is always a tricky spot to be in. But until we see signs of reversals here, there's no indication that we want to go down. Price is just holding this support right here. Maybe we need to grab liquidity first before going up, which would suck if, you know, we start breaking the high and it just grabs the high to go and grab liquidity from the low. That would be a very annoying, because our entries are going to be above the high here, but that's obviously outside of our control. So, you know, if it happens, we can't be that pissed because it's a possibility, it's a probability. Though we don't expect it, it's always there, right? So for me today, my plan is basically if we can start to get above this zone, above the 1 hour, close above would give more confirmation. Literally just breaking this 4 hour high. You know, we already do have a close above this range, essentially here, right? If we're looking at candles closing above the range, 1 hour is trying to create support here. So if this 1 hour can create support, and we're already closing above the range, trying to hold support, breaking this high should give the continuation. We have a 15-minute resistance somewhere around here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this 30 here. Let's see on the 15. Yeah, 15's around, what is this, 645. So let's see how far that is to 645. Don't think it's that far, but with volume we should be able to push through. 645. Yeah, it's about 7 pips here. That's enough to make a decision. What about the 30? 30 is a little bit closer, right? 619. Let's see what we got. 619. It's around 4 pips, so at least we're not right at it. So if we see major rejection from the zones, obviously we can look to make decisions, right? So yeah, basically pretty simple plan here, just looking for above here. For sells, it's not ready yet. I want to see probably if we're going to sell GJ, probably come by New York, where you see a heavy 4 hour candle just closing with volume down below, back below the at least minimum the daily and weekly resistance. As long as we remain above this daily weekly resistance, there's no sells, which is just going to be a rejection zone. But if we're closing strong candles below here, yeah, you know, could give us a pullback, and that pullback later NYSE, boom, give you downside movement. So let's have a look at gold. On the other hand here, damn, that's a lot of lines. Let's go clear some lines here. Let's go clear some lines. All right, you'll see how my line clearing process is. 15. There we go. This is like a previous zone where I would look for potential rejection. This can go. This is 4 hour resistance. And this can go. There we go. Perfect. So this is our lines at the moment. Let's go have a look at daily time frame. Right, so daily time frame here came down, retested the bottom of the range just to reject back up. Yesterday we saw price before news just dumped down, and then news tried to continue here. We opened this 1 hour candle, no top wick here, never rebroke its own lows, just opened no top wick. This is why top wicks are super important. People were asking, why is top wick super important? This hour candle here opened no top wick, came down first, made its bottom wick just to flip and never reflip and break its low. Never reflip and break its low, and boom, just retraces here. So we're seeing this retrace come back towards the upside and basically end up where we were sort of yesterday. So looking here at daily time frame, obviously not much information. We're rejecting from the lows though, and looking at 4 hour time frame, we're also starting to create a little range here. So I think, you know, for buys to make sense here, we really want to break above this 2037. There's a lot more clean range above 2037 here, as you can see. For sells to make sense here, I think we want to see price leave leave this previous, 2031 here. Looking what 2031 is here. Yeah, we want to see price leave 2031, and then on a 15-minute time frame, you want to see price leave 2031 186 for sells to come down and fill into this range here. That will be your best option here in terms of sells. Now for buys here, I think above 2035, above the 4-hour resistance is going to make sense for buys. Inside of this range is a little bit too choppy here. This is a little bit too choppy inside of this range for me. It's the exact same spot as yesterday. Where we were yesterday is where we are today. So keep that in mind, right? This is the exact same spot. We literally did nothing from yesterday's London session to today's London session. So nothing has changed here. We're in the exact same spot. This is where we were last London session. This is where we are today. So what could we see? Could we see something similar? Yes. Where would the sells come? Probably the same spot down below these ranges here. You could probably maybe get your sells down to into here, 2029 500. And buys probably going to be leaving. Yeah. Well, this 4-hour resistance is very close. I'd probably say your safe buys. I mean, what is this range here? Let's have a look. Let me have a look. 7 pips. Yeah, I would say you need to wait for above 2035 384 here, get above the 4-hour resistance, and then you could see some upside here. You do have a clean range to the next 4-hour resistance. You're having a range here about 19 pips here, so that would be the plan for gold. I would not trade inside of this range here. Too messy here. Even this range up here, I don't think you'll have good consistency. 5 pips not worth it. And yeah, that is basically the analysis here. Could Bank of Japan intervene since price is so high? I think you need to watch. Did you watch the webinar, the Bank of Japan, the detailed webinar? That's a really interesting webinar here. Did you watch this one, Murray? The battle with their economy. We spent a whole webinar discussing about. Yeah, man, you should watch this. This is a very, very in-depth. If you're trading the yen, there's no reason you shouldn't be watching this video, especially if you're paying to be in the group. You need to be watching this video. This is a very important webinar here that explains everything on a fundamental side about interventions, about the economic outlook, potential interest rate reductions, everything. Everything is covered inside of that webinar. So it's definitely an important one. But no, I don't think they're going to intervene here. To answer your question on the short, I don't think they will intervene just yet. Still have a little bit to go before we need to worry. Yeah. It's possible, but I would be surprised right here. If it's right here, then that's absolute manipulation. That's absolute manipulation if it's right here. I'd expect it. They always intervene when we make new lower lows. Whenever new lower lows is made, intervention. Lower low, intervention. So I'd expect it on a lower low. But in terms of the 10 years yields, it's totally fine here. All right. So that's the analysis, guys. I hope you guys understood. Everything's clear and you enjoyed the analysis. If you did, you know what to do. Can we do the YouTube business? Around 350 of us in here on a Friday. Not bad, not bad. A lot of people skip Friday, which I understand. And yeah. So if we could do the YouTube business, get the likes up to, I'd say at least 150, would appreciate that. Definitely saves me from asking that annoying question. Do you draw the lines yourself? Yes, indeed. Sharp, does win rate matter if you have risk to reward? No. If you have risk to reward, you're fine. But if you don't, it's also fine. You have to understand that risk to reward, I mean, win rate is very, just go on a win rate calculator and go put in a random number like, I don't know, 100 wins and 20 losses, and go add one loss and see how much percent that takes from your win rate. It will take 1% every loss, but if you win again, it will not add a percent back. It will only add 0.2%, 0.3%. You know, so that's gonna skew your results. So just focus on consistency, and you're gonna see consistency in basically P&L and in your trading. But of course, it makes sense. The lower RR you have, the higher win rate has to be, and the higher RR you have, the lower win rate has to be to make money. Like, you could make money on a less than 50% win rate, that if your winners are like 10x the amount you lose, right? So, you know. Yikes, it's Friday, Chinese holiday. I'm going into the sun. No trades for me today. Just be careful, boss. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Enjoy the sun. YouTube business done. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. What is CPI news going to be? Today's CPI, is it? Yes, no, it's not. It's Friday. It is PPI, not CPI. PPI is basically the inflation in the producing sector here. So what are they expecting? Expecting to come back at 0 month on month. And normal PPI, they're expecting it to go down. So they expect a reduction in inflation. If we don't see the reduction in inflation, you will see dollar strength. You see dollar weakness if this number comes back better than expected. All right. All right, 50-minute candle here, no bottom wick. I think we're just waiting for the 1 hour candle here. Well, we are anyways. This will be an interesting 1 hour candle. We'll get a lot of information from this. Big as that range, 23 pips. So B is neutral. We don't count in win rate. No, don't count B's as wins. I don't think B's are wins. They're not also losses because they're not big enough to be a loss. Think about it like this. If you take a BE trade, let's say your average, let's make it simple like this. Let's say your average stop loss is 15 pips, all right? Just to make it easy. 15 pips is your average stop loss. If let's say on BE, because of spread, because of commission, let's say you lose 1.8, let's just make 2 pips, worst case scenario. You're losing 2 pips on break-even trades, right? If you do 2 divided by 15, you know, it's around 6-7 trades here, right? 6-7 trades for you to equate to 1 loss, right? So you'd need to take 6 or 7 break-evens to equate to a loss. But the amount of losing trades that you avoid by going break-even will well cover this number here. Because that could have been 6 or 7 losing trades or 15 losing trades. So you need to consider that. And the amount of times that you go BE over a year, let's say that those 6 or, you know, it takes 6 or 7 BE trades to maybe commissions to add up to equate to a normal loss. You will have definitely wins in between those, you know. So it makes complete sense to call it as neutral. Otherwise, I mean, especially for someone like me, like a streamer, if I was to count anything as a win, then if I just count 2 pips as a win, then that would artificially increase my win rate. So that's something that, you know, you need to watch, right? Because I could call anything a win, right? Anything where my, you know, profits go in blue, I could just say that's a win, but that doesn't mean that's, you know, a good win. Chinese New Year? Well, yeah, happy Chinese New Year to everyone. Gbpjpy banks will still trade though. But Chinese New Year pretty big, but you know, this is more for Asian session, you know. If anything, if we're gonna have slow price action, it will be on Monday, because Monday I think we have here, not this. Why am I on this Friday here? Yeah, today is CPI, sorry. You are right, guys. Today is CPI. No, it's not CPI. You guys are fooling me, man. Fooling me. Next week's PPI. No. Where is Chinese New Year today? Today's not Chinese New Year. Tomorrow's Chinese New Year's, guys. Tomorrow's Chinese. Well, Monday. Monday is JPY bank holiday and Chinese New Year. That's the day we have to be careful. And Bailey speaking. Damn. That's an absolute screw you day. Next week is really heavy in terms of news. Right, we have bank holiday, and then the whole London session is waiting for Bailey speaking. Oh, but that's not till 10 p.m. No, I still think they'll be trading volume. We just have to be careful of the JPY bank holiday. Today is Chinese New Year's Eve? Yes. What time is it in China? Gold is ranging too much? Yeah, pound pairs this first 2 months have not been the cleanest here. Very sporadic. Like we've seen pound pairs just push by themselves. No reason as to why they're pushing at this time. Then we've seen pound pairs not want to push. Not only do they need to grab liquidity once, sometimes up to 3 times we've seen them need to grab liquidity before continuing a certain direction. Realistically, the easiest way to trade this month is either to do what I've done, which is be very selective with positions and just take ones that make sense to end your month positive. Not this month. This month's been okay. It's only basically the first week. But last month, you know, it's been very choose your positions very wisely. But actually, higher time frame has been your friend this month. Higher time frame, you know, but we don't trade higher time frame in terms of position wise. But like all these moves coming super random times, you know, like this push yesterday, very late push here. This was a good option though. This was a good option. But then all of a sudden pound pairs will kick into gear and then everyone will be happy. Even gold has been you know, pretty tough here. Like these ranges are not easy. And then quick push, retracement, no continuation, retracement, range. You know, this is market. The whole market actually has been not as continuous. You know, look at pound pairs. This is what I mean. Random pushes, range. You know, so it's just been about navigating your way through the market. But it's always, every month has its challenges. I've not experienced one month where, I have experienced actually one month where it's just smooth sailing. But you know, every month has its different attributes, things you need to work through. Your goal is just to follow your plan because you know it works. The best way is if you could have, which is tough, and you know, this is something I'm looking at, but it takes time, guys. It takes time because you have to have 2 skills in this, which is being able to have different strategies for different market conditions. Because obviously my strategy is volume based, momentum based, and trend based. Not trend, but structure based. I need to have clean zones. So when we don't have that, there's no trades. Or when price is just pushing through zones, there's no trades. So that's obviously where, you know, I just have to sit down. Yes, I still make money and I'm not losing money not following my plan, but would be also cool if you could have different strategies for different situations. Range trading strategy, it's possible to build a range trading strategy. Now the difference is that the strategy that I use will give you the most amount of basically consistency in pips. But let's say we have a day like this. If we're going to remain in the range all day here, there's a way to trade this, but you have to maybe be happy today with 3-4 pips. 3-4 pips might be just your TP today, right? And that's an adaptation. So for me, sometimes it's just better to leave it and wait for another option, because those 3-4 pips I could make maybe waiting 1 or 2 days to get a trade that gives me 15-16 pips, instead of risking 3-4 pips and bleeding out money on something that's not tested enough. And this is where markets can become very overcomplicated, but if you want to really maximize it, you can make different strategies for different scenarios. The second hard thing about that is being able to identify the scenario, because today, how can you tell me that today whole day is going to range here? Because if we break out here, then it's going to follow my plan, and then you were trying to trade the range, you know, so that's the only other issue I have with that. What brokers do you use? I forgot, sorry. Was it Interactive Brokers? No, not Interactive. I see. Can you suggest something to know about liquidity? Liquidity is built in structure or a certain form of candle. Don't be thinking of liquidity as hunting your stop losses. That's not real liquidity. That's just a fancy term. Not fancy, but that's just a concept that was thrown out on the internet. It's much more deeper than that. It's much more deeper than that. And no, they don't have to take out your stop losses before continuing another direction, right? That's not necessary. Then why Why was no one stop losses down here taken? Why was no one stop losses down here taken? Why was no one stop loss? You get the point, right? How about all of these, right? These are all equal lows. Lots of stop losses. What about this head and shoulders pattern? There's a head and shoulders, should break. This is a liquidity zone. It should take everyone's liquidity and everyone gets fucked. No, you're fucked because you tried to short, right, in a zone that doesn't make sense to short. Good luck selling at support, right? No, look what the chart is telling you. So no, liquidity is not taking stop. Otherwise, everyone here would have been stopped out. Liquidity is the formation of structure in order to give you a move in certain direction. It's all about speculations, past few weeks, rate cuts, no rate cuts. Yeah, exactly. Rate cuts, no rate cuts. There's no clarity. Bank of Japan is the only one actually being... Bank of Japan is not being as clear, but we have a full in-depth understanding of what Bank of Japan is doing. So that's why yen has been weak. That's been very straightforward, right? We know that this is going up. But the problem is we're not seeing the confidence. We're seeing lack of confidence and then random pushes. Lack of confidence, then these pushes come Asian. But this was all of this move. If we look at this week, this was our week. We were stuck in this, right? We had a good push beginning of week. That sold off in New York. Like, recap the week. This was Monday, guys. Monday, the good push we took. I didn't trade New York because I took a trade in the morning. Then we get stuck in this crap. No trades in this crap. Fair enough, right? These pushes here, right? Remember, we were trying to find an entry in this. This is the only day where I should have maybe tried to find an entry by using higher time frame. This was at resistance, made it hard to enter. So this is the only area where I tried to find. I did get an entry later on, which was up here. I took 10 pips here. We did get this entry here. So I did get it, but this entry here, down here. Remember, we tried to enter here in London session, but it pulled back first. And then it closed next to resistance here. It closed that resistance again. So if you remember that day. So that was that day. Then we got stuck in range again. And then yesterday, Asian session came through and did a lot of business pushing up here. And then we ranged again. And then late session, we pushed up one more time here. Here, actually, no, this was Asian. And then London just ranged, if you guys remember. And then we pushed up again in late New York. So look at the week, right? Understand what was your opportunities. For me, during London, there was 2 opportunities here. And which was the first one that we took. The second option here, if I just base this on 1 hour here, then that would have been better. That would have been a good plan, so I could look back, and that's what I mean, higher time frame is a bit more of your friend. If we took the same entry here, based on 1 hour, ran 26 pip stops, yeah, it would be worth it, because it would have broken through. But it's easier to say that in hindsight, right? It's easier to say that in hindsight. Asian session, obviously, I'm not trading for New York here. I did take this 10 pip trade, so that counts. Obviously, I'm not trading that. Yesterday, I should have been more alert at the charts at this point here. Did actually give a shot, but this entry right here was nice. Sure, a few people took that as well. Or you're just chilling. So yeah, it's a lack of confidence with what economies are doing. I mean, mainly pound is because next week is where pound actually tells us what's going on. We have Bailey speaking. We have all the data coming out on pound with the employment rates here. We have their inflation. This is going to be huge. If this comes lower, man, you wait and see. This thing is breaking all-time highs. Actually, no, sorry. If this comes back lower, this is dumping from all-time highs. We might see a spike up first, but then it's going to dump from all-time highs. GU is tempting me to buy. Let's have a look what's happening with GU. Measuring average range in choppy markets forces patience. Yes. Right, GU is trying to pop up here. See, GU is also being in very tough zones. And then I think continuation sells is the only option here. Yeah, I'm not touching that barcode. It's not the easiest zones on GU. So previous daily, you have bearish here. 4-hour candles, you have trying to push up in this choppy zone. Yeah, I would probably, your mix session here, because Yeah, you can count this mixed session because it's pretty weak here. But if this does a setup 4, would probably be your only option here. If this liquidity grab to continue down. Morning, Mr. Sharp. Morning, morning. Happy Chinese New Year. Happy Chinese New Year to those who celebrate. What's your take on the market of Friday? I think I've just spent 30 minutes discussing my take on the market. It's just waiting till we get out this range. I'm not trading. I'm not interested inside of this range here. I'm letting it get out. Once it gets out, should be fine. I'm expecting Gbpjpy will short. What about your view? I think if we remain this bullish structure here, I think it will go up. I don't think it will short just yet. Is Pipap's working, by the way? It should be. See if Antonio's done anything. Last night he said he would be adding something. So I hope he hasn't shut it down in the meantime. We'll wait for him to come on and ask him. Eating lobster tonight in Tuta. Good morning, Harry. I was wondering if the next candle after setup 1 is the opposite. Can I still take it as a break of the original setup 1 candle? That would just be counted as a setup 3. So yes, you can. Just watch where that candle closes. Because if that candle closes below the range, that could be a little bit difficult. But yes, it would be. That's just a setup 3. How is it not a good idea to trade as Chinese New Year? I mean, China, it would just be reducing the Chinese economy. In London session, we trade, GBP volume, so I don't think it will be too much of an issue. And that if it just ranges, then that'll be reflected on the charts, right? You'll see that reflected on the charts. Even if it's a bigger candle but respecting structure, no, in that case, I would either wait for a close above, or that's where I'll start to try to use the 5-minute time frame. Right, we're trying to break above this 1-hour resistance here. We'll see if we can get above. Around 5 minutes for this candle to close here. Alright, thank you, Goat. No worries, man. That's a really messy range. Yeah, that's why we want to just get out. Outside of it should be cleaner. If you guys enjoying the stream, be sure to leave a like. You know the drill. Does SMC strategy really work? It's just another form of price action. I think it works for some people, it works for and doesn't work for another person. It's a form of analysis. As long as you can analyze the charts based on a rule-based system, then you'll be able to find an entry. Would you want above 1 hour or 185.70? No, just that 15 behind the LTA. I don't see that. Which one? This is crossed through 1-2 times. Even the wick has crossed through it here. I'm not worried about that one. Got a question. When 15-minute close above a zone but 5 minutes still close in range, you just focus on 15? Yeah, because trade is based on 15, right? If you want to get more accurate, you could use 5 minute, but what's this time frame? Yeah, was this a 15-minute close? Because if this 15-minute close, then you focus on 15, right? Give me a sec, guys. Be back in 1 second. Hopefully we could survive a minute here. Or 2 minutes. Alright, this candle's almost closing here. We'll see if we can close above and see what ends up happening. Alright, so we've closed above here. If we can make a bottom wick on this next candle, which we're in the moment here, I think breaking this high, we have a breakout option, which will be a good option here to try continue this move. We are at very high points in the market, but if price wants to continue today, then Yeah, I feel like once we're breaking that high, we should have an option. Even if we pull back to 500, if it breaks the high, pulls back to 500, I still think it's valid to create support and end up continuing bullish. Because we have broken this previous high here, we have closed above, right? There'd be no reason that we were to re-break the high here. And if it re-breaks the high and just fails, then yeah, that's just us being wrong. Well, SLB, where do you think SL will be, Domas? Exactly. What advice would you give someone a 9% drawdown of phase 2 of funded challenge? Probably be risking 0.5% to 0.25%. Half risk for me, top of range, not feeling risky. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm also not going full pelt on this. Not at this high point in the market where we are on daily. But I still do think it's a shot. I thought you said dumbass, then I saw the name. Yeah, I think I'm going like, 1% on this or something. Which for me is basically half. Alright, almost breaking the highs here. See if we can get above these highs, then I'll be in. $643 is watch. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd use 643 as a watch. Even we have like this 620 level as well that we need to use. 620 is like a small zone. Tempting but scared since we're at the top of the range. Yeah, then leave it, right? Leave it. Don't touch it if you're not wanting to do this. I do think if we start breaking that high, it has no reason not to continue here. And it's nice that this bottom wick we're making at the moment, so that when it does break the high, it will be a good move. Especially now, like this bottom wick here, it should be good. It should be nice. Spread tagged you. Did you use a buy stop? Market execute, man. No high was broken. Always. Didn't even, like, that's why I put my my line a bit above the thing here. What's the point of those bottom wick rule out the trade? Not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean bottom wick rule out the trade? Oh, because if there's no bottom wick, then at any time the candle could flip and make a bottom wick. And imagine this candle had no bottom wick and it broke the high first and then flipped down and did this, you would have lost the trade, right? If it break previous low still valid, yeah, then my stop will still just be where the previous low is. It's only a small difference. Buy stop, broke high on broker, I have to market. Yeah, always market, man. Buy stops always trigger you in too early, man. Way too early, like. Good morning, good morning. Buy stops? No, I will market. I will not buy stop this. I will market. Do buy stops get more slippage? Not slippage, it's just if spread spikes, then you're going to be triggered with the buy stop. Does that make sense? So you could be, yeah, even if price is up here, it will trigger you up there. Whereas market execution, when I physically see the candle breaking the high, I'm pressing buy. You see what I mean? Do we wait for 15? We know we have the 15 close above. So if this can flip and break its high, especially after grabbing this liquidity, it's good. 16 pips spread is too much. 16 pips is my TP, brother. You mean 1.6 spread? I think 1.6 is max here. 1.6. What we waiting for? What do you think is the plan, Elon? If you had to guess here, what was the plan? What do you think it would be? Yeah, what would the plan be here, man? Right? You have to actively engage as well, right? What would you be looking for? We have the close above, so what would we need for an entry to be valid? If 30 close bearish, would you still take this? No, that would then, I would have to wait for something else. So 6 minutes. If 30 close like this, then no. Wait for structure to form above the wick? No. If this flips and, so the entry was when this close above, we're waiting for it to break the high. Nothing broke the high. So if it can break the high here, then we should have a trade towards the upside. But we have 6 minutes. Who knows what can happen in 6 minutes? This 5 minute could flip here and go nuts. Or it could just break down and stay in the range here. But especially after this bottom wick here, if this was to flip and break the high, I expect this to be the low. Liquidity towards the upside, yeah, I can grab as much as it wants as long as it respects that high. The minute it breaks that high, that's where I expect continuation. That's why my entry would be as the high breaks. Can you kindly wish my girlfriend Jane a happy birthday today? She's a loyal viewer of your stream. Well, happy birthday, Jane. Appreciate you watching the stream and wish you the best day. If this 15 closes like this, now we have to wait for something else because we're just closing back inside the range here. Nothing's really valid. 30-minute would be closing with the rejection. 1 hour candle would be closing with a rejection. So there would be nothing. There'd be nothing I would be personally interested in at that point. I would be waiting for something else. Yeah. If things really get hot, you need at least 5-minute closing above here. I don't think it's very likely that this is going to flip in 4 minutes, but, you know, whatever. We'll wait for the candle to close. Can you look at gold, please? Yeah, we can look at gold while we're waiting for GJ. I'm going to keep an eye on the price here. If I start seeing that, say, 500, then I'll flip back to the chart, because then I have to get my entry. Gold is ranging still. Nothing's happened on gold. Gold is still ranging. GJ is still ranging. Pop back into the range. 3 minutes, very unlikely in 3 minutes we see it flip here. So we're probably waiting for another candle here. Looks like 36 pips to the top. Let's have a look. From where we currently are, yes. But if we were to break this high, because there'll be no entry till we break this high. So till we break this high is around 19 pips. Your chart is zoomed out. Yesterday I had a complaint it was too zoomed in. I realized that I'm not going to make anyone happy, so the person I should make happy of how I want to view my charts is myself. Because I'm the one trading it, right? Looking like it's going to go down to grab more liquidity. Yeah, let it do so, because until it breaks this high, I'm not entering, so we're fine. Yeah, it can do that. It would give me more confidence now if we're going down first. If it gets back above the high, it should continue bullish. It would just give me more confidence. All right, this candle here is closing in 2 minutes. I don't think this is going to flip, nor do I want to get involved if it does flip. Maybe I would if it gets some sort of madness, because I would expect that volume just to go absolutely nuts towards the upside. But going to wait till we break this high. So yeah, I removed my buy from breaking this high now. So yeah, we will wait now, because this highly likely this 30 minutes gonna close back in the range. If we look at probabilities here, I would be surprised to see it. But even if it flipped up here in the last 1 minute and closed above the range, my entry will still be the same here. My entry will still be the same. Just dead volume at the moment, so it's just waiting for volume. Matter of waiting for volume. Is it hot in Dubai? No, I wouldn't consider this hot. The blue line have half stream gone. Oh, they were all excited when they saw the blue line. All excited. But trust in the blue line, right? Never breaks the blue line, don't enter early. You're always better. Think about it like this, guys. You're always better entering 1 pip, 2 pips later. Because if you're going to take a 10, 15 pip trade, it's better to have the extra confirmation. Don't be FOMOing, ripping it too early. From a price action perspective, it looks like a liquidity grab and GJ will fall. Not just yet, not just yet. Until you see this 4-hour support broken, it's not going to fall. It's impossible. From common sense, right? Until this support is broken, it's not gonna fall. It will just stick in here, and yeah. Full margin today? Well, no, I was not gonna go full margin on that full trade, but you know, it's full margin Friday, so why not? Gotta go full margin on Friday? Always, man, always. All in or nothing, right? Yeah, so now since we've closed above here on 15, we have this high here. This is why I didn't want to go breaking this high here because of this point here. And I wanted to wait for the close, but that close gave us the confirmation. We never broke the high here, right? So since we respected the high, there's no continuation. And that's how that keeps you safe breaking highs. Exactly like this, look. We respect the highs, it reverses. Respect the highs, it reverses. The minute we have a high broken here, yeah, we get a pullback first. But we respect the low that gave that, and then we get the continuation. So I expect if this high is broken, should give continuation, which is why my entry was based on breaking this high. This dude be hitting trades? Yeah, man, we were just about to get into a trade. And if you're someone who trades on the flip, this would have been devastating trading this on the flip. Would a close above the candles be better? Yeah, that would be much better here. Or a 5-minute close above. Screwed up my lot size the other day and got hit with first margin. Damn, what happened to the trade? You'll see the profits from my shorts? Well, I hope so, man. I hope so, I hope so. I hope to see your profits. That's exactly what I want to see. A slow market Friday, a little bit slow at the moment, yes. Even gold, I think, same spot. Yeah, gold's barcoding at the moment. Can you please look at GU setup 2 50 minutes? I also have a Thunder, but I remember yesterday setup 2 should have clean LTA as well. No, it shouldn't. I said on the 5-minute. If you have a setup 2, 5 minutes should not be in a downtrend. That's what I said. So where is the setup 2? This one? This is not a setup 2. It's too close to resistance, man. Oh, setup 2 sell. No, man. Once we break out the range, we're above 4 hour. You're selling directly back into 4 hour. Dangerous spot to sell. If you want to sell, you sell back inside the range, setup 4, not setup 2. That's what I mean. So 5 minutes in an uptrend here, you would need to see a break of structure to see it continue down. Right? Right, GJ's again trying to get back up now. So we'll see if it's trying it. Uptrend means setup 5 on 5 minute? No, uptrend just means high lows, high highs. Downtrend, lower lows, lower highs. Just basics. Hi, is there any videos in the exclusive which explains wicks and no wicks? Yeah, if you're in the exclusive group, then there is a video exactly on that. Candle wicks and no wicks. There you go. This is the video right here. Candle wicks and no wicks. That explains everything. So it's on the WOP content if you're in the exclusive. Oh, I read your question wrong. You said, have you posted any which exclusively explain wicks? The only video I have on my YouTube which explains about wicks is how to identify wick fills, right? So we have wick fill video for there on my YouTube. Here's a wick fill video. And then candles with no wicks as well. So those are your two videos. So no wick candles will explain, of course, how to trade candles with no wicks, and then you have a wick fills and rejection wick. So those are your two videos on my YouTube channel to help you. So that should help you there. Good morning for you, good night for me, good stream. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Slow market today? Yeah, everyone's saying slow market. I got a problem. I have a plane. When I make 4% in prop firm, I start risking 2%. When I take the first trade with 2%, I go break even and start again with 1%. What do you say? Just stick to 1%. Simple as that. Stick to 1%. Just fly with that plane, yeah. Right? Because if you can make 4% making 1%, then just continue. Seems like you're comfortable with 1%. I have a prediction about this 5-minute candle. Yeah, tell me. Tell me. No, that doesn't count. 5 minutes to confirm and then you tell me what you were going to say. "21 minutes for the 1 hour. I really feel if we re-break the 1 hour high here, it will pop here. Should be able to pop. What's your monthly gains? This month 3%, last month 6%. How far does data go back on a 15 minutes? You probably won't be able to scroll that far back. It'll take ages of scrolling. How to go back in the simulate and pip labs? We don't have you can't go back. That's cheating. So when you simulate and backtest, you have to make sure that you take it exactly. Otherwise, you're just gonna skip, right? The way you go back is by restarting the date. Or you can just scroll back and see what happened, right? But in order to be a good backtester, that's how you have to be. This candle closes in 3 minutes here, 3 minutes. I'm thinking if I want to go half when we break the high and then half on the candle close. Because it's still basically an active setup here. And I think that with volume here, GJ will not give you the close. It will close somewhere deep. Yeah, when we break this high here, I'm probably going to go half. Alright, quickly. Oh, it hasn't broken on my broker. Good. Alright. For some reason, it's not broken on my broker. Not broken yet, not broken yet. So basically, if it re-breaks this high up here, I'll have another entry. But that entry on my broker is down here. But this first entry here will be half of half risk. Just in case it pushes impulsively here. This is like 0.25 and then I'll add the rest after. Based on this close in 2 minutes. DJ trying to be sketchy? Yeah, can't be jumping in it. Just need to wait. Even with half, when it re-breaks the high. I didn't pull up my MetaTrader. I will do. When it breaks the high, I will be in. Piplad says 2 days. That's for the dashboard. If you click dashboard, it will say that's under construction. But the website should be fine. Where would TP be? I'll probably put TP, max TP gonna be up here somewhere at 770. Even if this 15 doesn't close above, if we're breaking this high, I feel I'm still going to enter half here. Because I feel like it will still close. It will still go. Because we're forming a strong support here. There's no reason for it to go up, come back down. But I need bottom wick on this. I won't enter until there's a bottom wick. Alright? So this needs to flip and make me a bottom wick. Come on. Don't do this, GJ. Don't do this. If you entered early, then this is your chance now to get out. You can just get out at break even. I mean, it's up to you, whatever your plan is. But I'm not in this. I'm not in this. I need a bottom wick on this candle here. This is my rules. Don't you think we need 5-minute close above? No. Mine has a nipple? No, my broker has no bottom wick. I'm zooming in. I got up B. Yeah, if you got triggered early, then this is your chance to get out to follow what I'm doing. If you don't, if you have your own plan, then you continue with that. Some people have a nipple wick. If you trust that nipple wick, that's totally up to you. Close 1 pip gain. Come on, GG. Because everyone closed BE, this thing is gonna fly now. If you guys didn't close BE, it will flip and go straight to SL. Bro, why can't it just give a 1 pip BE, man? 1 pip bottom wick here, please. Sell or buy? I'm looking more for buys here. So if it leaves a wick, we enter half or half of half? No, half, because now we have the close. It was only half when we enter impulsively, half of half. But when it has the wick, when it has a wick, then it's just a setup here, breaking the high. This is why I said breaking the high, I'll be happy to enter here. But I just need some, even a nipple here. Just I checked on my broker, I'm having nothing on my broker here. People were saying GJ is going to go down. As you can see, structure is still bullish here. This is why we're pushing up here. This is why we're pushing up here. GJ testing right now? Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're still in here, then, you know, make sure you have a plan here, but I wouldn't be in this trade. So please don't complain if this thing, I mean, you have so much chances now just to close. If you got triggered early, if all of that stuff, right? If spread triggered you, whatever the excuse is, you have a chance now to manage. I don't think we'll get this bottom wick here. No wicks on my broker as well? Yeah, the thing is that any time in this next 10 minutes, this can flip. And if it flips without us even having a proper close above, then, yeah, you're in a sticky position here. Because we want a bottom wick, then this breaks the high, that's still fine entry here. I mean, we have 10 minutes for the 30-minute close here. I think it's tapping that 30-minute resistance here. After the 30-minute resistance, we're pretty clean, right? Let's see where it's reacting off. Just to see. These are two resistances that it could potentially react off. So we're reacting off this first one here. But it doesn't seem to be an issue to it. 1 minute looks good. 1 minute always looks good, brother, until it doesn't. That's the trick with 1 minute. Looks good until it doesn't. This is super frustrating to see this, man, this week. This is like annoying. Annoying when you're right there, you're being aggressive to make sure to catch these moves, and you're being aggressive as possible by saying you're going break of high, you're not caring about a close above because you know that structure is bullish, and the one thing putting you off from being aggressive is you have to be even more aggressive than you are right now. Which is crazy. Which is crazy to be more aggressive than this. Yeah, that's it. Higher time frame? Yes, higher time frame is the option. I don't think I've ever seen this in backtest. No, super rare, man. Super rare. Even me, like, you saw how aggressive I went by saying even if it doesn't close above, still break of high, I'm going. And even then you don't get. You have to be even more aggressive. Yeah, the only way to enter this is 4 hour. Which I did give a shot here. So everyone telling me about to sell GJ, sell GJ, sell GJ. At the moment, it's not making sense to sell GJ. I hope you understand why. We remember when we're trading what's in front of us right now. And I am correct in saying what's in front of me right now. I've been sitting in this trade for 3 hours. I use 4 hours confirmation. I did something similar. This looks huge, but it's 10 pips. Yes, I know, right? 8 pips actually, 8 break of high. Lucky 4 hour stops weren't too crazy. Yes, they weren't. I closed at 11 pips. I closed at 10 pips. Well done if you guys got something out of this. Good job. Yeah, this thing should fly. This thing should absolutely move like a horse here. This is exactly what I was anticipating today. I just couldn't. With that 30-minute, this is just... That was it. That's why I didn't care about it needing to close above or not, because I knew that this is the type of move we get out of this zone. I knew that this was the move we get out of this zone. Even 1 hour close bearish. I'm not too pissed. I have a high time frame position running, but this entry here would have been nice. Pissed because, you know, everyone else I wanted to be in, but now I'm gonna get backlash for the other entry I took. But I had a feeling it might do this. Only 20 pip left? No, we're basically at 4 hour resistance now. This is ciao. This is bye bye. Do you live stream daily? Yeah, we're live Monday to Friday here. We're live Monday to Friday. You have a gap in your broker? Yeah, I have a gap in my broker as well. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Some people did, yeah. Yeah, breaking the highs. Breaking these highs, breaking these highs. Some people had a nipple wick. Depends on your broker. This will push. This is a good position, guys, to squeeze. Because if you're in this thing will just keep going and going and going. No. Is it on YouTube or is there a private group on you can join? We do streams on YouTube, but to get the full stream that we continue after the YouTube stream, that you can have in the private group to get access to my content, all of that stuff. That's all in the private group. What are these chances, man? What are these chances? That's nice move of the day. Pretty much done on GJ. Oh, yeah, man. That's it. Call it a day. Come back next week. You're on the 1 minute? What you're doing on the 1 minute? Bro, I'm so high I was watching wrong chart until I pulled up your live and see I was on the wrong chart. Lol, man. Have to have a microscope. Was there really a wick here? I really don't think. No, man. Come on. Look how zoomed in we are. This is max zoom. There's not even nipple of nipple. Even I did that on my broker and I didn't have anything. Claudia's trying to draw a wick. Going to McDonald's? Cheers, man. No, only option here was a higher time frame option here, which was based on 4 hour. I want to join private group. Can I? You can from the website. The only place you can join. I actually have to close this after today, for next week, because this will go to waitlist here. This is the only place. This is the only place you can join. Those flying in front of you? No, I don't have too much annoying. I just wanted this extra position here. I do have a position from early Asian based on 4 hour though. Four hour? Yeah, break of 4 hour highs. This. Stop loss below 4 hour low. Low risk though. 1 minute for scalp entries? No, I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that. Do you believe 1 minute is most accurate time frame? No way. No way. 1 minute is asking for a slap. One minute creating structure? Yeah, what was that trade based on, AD? Does that follow the rules? Or was that a FOMO entry? That's my question to you. But is it accurate? It will come exactly to your SL. What do you mean? Oh, maybe, yeah, if you look at the question like that. I think, yeah, if you look at it like that, maybe yes, he's right. People were asking about the 4-hour position. Yeah, it was taken early, this one here. This was the position that I took here. So it was taken pretty early position. And then I wanted the second position when we broke that high to add on top of this. And stop loss you can see is way below the range here. So pretty big stop here. So not even 1-to-1 just yet. Basically 1-to-1, yeah. Basically 1-to-1 on this. As we reach this resistance here, that is exactly what I'm gonna do. Just probably look to secure some of this profits here. I'll move stop BE now. But yeah, I felt that this would be a day like this, why I gave that shot. As we started to break above this highs here, took it, stop loss below the range, position looks like this. This was the position, but this was way earlier. Same one that Ans took. Same position that he took. So this is around like a 1-to-1 around here. And I'm just squeezing now. What I'll actually do is I'll probably put my stop loss below this previous low like this. So just drag it up something like this. Below the previous 5 low. And then I'll just trail like that. Which it looks like it will hit it right now. Yeah. Tired of BS? No, I just wish we could have had a position altogether. That's a little bit annoying. You know? It's very hard when you have to adapt like this. I just want everyone, you know, nice position altogether. GJ is gone, bro. Yeah, it's gone if you wasn't managed to get in. But this is looking like the style we have to adapt to if it's going to be like this. If it's going to be like this, then we can adapt. But this is why I experimented with it today. End of week, gave myself a shot. it's about to hit my trailing. I'll just leave that. See if it survives. Be like a 1% gain if it hits that. I'll take it. Negative though. Just about. If I get hit, I'll be hit for an 18 pip profit. I had a 22 pip stop. If I survive it, it'll be good. I'm gonna leave it to run. Running around 700 now. You're in that trade? Yes, I was in that trade, but that was a little bit earlier here. When I woke up, I gave that a shot. If it failed, it failed. Tell you guys, took a loss this morning. If it worked, it worked. But 4 hour, everything was pointing up here. So it started to break the highs here. This was before this 4 hour candle closed though. So as it started to break the highs above 500, I didn't get in right here. I got in somewhere around here. I just waited for this 15-minute candle. As it started to break the high here, this high here to the left, it was taken then straight into drawdown. But my stops were below the range. Somewhere I put stops at around 288, 289, 290. Got stopped, got stopped. Did I miss anything here? You sound tired today? Who sounds tired? Me? I was working late yesterday, man. I was working late. Trying to get a lot sorted. Maybe that's why. End of week as well, right? $700 profit? Yeah, at the moment. 800 now, yeah. But I don't like to show profits. Understand the trades, right? If you saw it, you saw it. Doesn't matter. Profit's irrelevant here. Doesn't matter. Understand what I was doing, right? Understand how I took this trade. Why I took this trade. Higher time frame option, right? Breaking this high here. As we broke through this highest point, I expect this range to be respected exactly how this range was respected here, and we got this move that just broke through. This range was respected, broke through. This range was respected, broke through. Right? Right? That's how this trade was taken. Higher time frame option, which I can adapt, but I need to make sure that it's working before I start discussing it with others. I don't want to put people into losing positions, right? And then I have to take the loss myself and get blamed and then explain. I'd rather try it myself, see if it's something that's working in these market conditions, and then been using it past 2 weeks or so. Yes, it's been the option, right? Higher time frame. Yeah, it's been, yeah. You're well in making that call. That's an advanced move, man. You should be proud of yourself. Be able to identify, hey, high time frame is making more sense at the moment. Thing is, when I'm playing with a little bit more risk, it's not worth for me to just try with like a 1 or 2 lot, right? So I let it be, like I watched it over the last 2 weeks, and then today when I saw the opportunity, I'm like, let's give this a shot and see if this is starting to work. And then we can discuss it on the webinar, how to do those. Yes, I use 1 lot, so not too bad. Yes. Cheers, Frederick. Take care, brother. But I really wanted to go put full risk on this. This would have been a big day if I could have got this. Doubled up. Damn. Doubled up on this would have been a big one. Big one. 10 lot on this. 18 pip with 10 lot. Beautiful. That's why. Only that's annoying. But otherwise it's fine. Because I'm finally thinking to break even on this. This is gold. Yeah, there's no harm if you want to be safe, man. What time frame is that though? 4 hour? I think that took my trailing stop. Same here, got to go. Chinese New Year starts today. Happy Chinese New Year, Ethan. Take care. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Do you trade with prop firms or do you use own capital? I use my personal own capital. So I just want to, the number one key point I want everyone to learn from today, right? Even though there's no entry on stream, which there should have been here, there should have been. If we had this bloody bottom wick, which is pissing me off. But the number one entry thing to learn from today is understand that price action, daily bias rules all. Everyone was looking for a short, right? Everyone was saying it will fall, it will fall, it will fall. But no, right? When structure is bullish, when higher time frame daily candle is bullish, when 4 hour candles are closing bullish, you have to assume that upside makes sense. Yeah, we're at major targets here, no doubt about that. But that doesn't mean we're gonna sell right now until we start to see price show you that we are coming down. So learn that from the market. Don't be trying to fight, right? Don't be trying to fight the market here, right? Just follow what you see here. Follow what you see. Gold sells incoming. Yeah. No top wick as well. Why wait for small nipple to enter? Just any type of wick, because like what happened yesterday on gold was the prime example here. 1 hour open, no top wick here. If you entered, it would have put you in profit, and now look what happened next. You lost the trade. If that wick happens, you don't have to worry about it. Right? I don't have the same strategy as you, but I love the value you bring and the knowledge you share. Hats off to you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Any thoughts on gold? Yeah, it would be nice if you do you have a top wick on broker? I haven't checked on broker. If you had, this has a nipple wick here, so that counts. So if you have top wick on broker, that could have been an entry, right? No top wick, then yeah. Then thunderstorm, you'd need a thunderstorm. Wait for this 15 to close and a thunder. Then you can look to entertain targets down to here, to this support down here. Because see, look, this is flipping to make a top wick, right? This is why we wait for top wicks, guys. Here's your example why we want a top wick. So that we don't get involved in a sell that goes down 6 pips. And then now you have to hold a top wick that goes up 22 pips and you're stuck, right? So I'd say let this top wick be made. Let the 15 close below and then we see if you get a thunder. If we get a thunder here, it should be good. It will also be the 30-minute close, right? That will be the 30-minute close as well. Now for GJ, that's the plan for gold, guys. For GJ here, you need some form of pullback here. We're right at that daily resistance zone here. Any form of pullback here will give you the option towards the upside here. If you want to risk it for the biscuit, if this is going to be a massive breakout, then this 5-minute could be an option. If this thing is just going to continue here. But realistically, we want a 15-minute setup 3 right now. We can see candles getting smaller, smaller. A setup 3 right now would be perfect. That's what I'd be looking for. Have you hit TP yet? That pullback there, I trailed my stop below the 5-minute low. This pullback took me out for just like 1% basically. A little bit, yeah. Just 1% exactly. Do we need gold to close here? Yes. Would be ideal. Yeah, would be ideal, right? You would want to see gold make the top wick like this and then close below, right? That's how you're going to get the thunderstorm anyways. This is a rejection. This doesn't count as a thunderstorm. Your next target here is 189, to be honest. If this volume continues, 189 will be the target. Aggressive entry right now would be this 5-minute, breaking the high. Around 12, 13 pip stop. This quarterly target we've already tapped before with wicks, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just a line I had on my for the monthly. Breaking monthly high, yeah. No, I think it's a shot here if you want to just try play on momentum, but no, it's a little bit more of a riskier shot. You know, it could just die off this. You don't know when it's gonna die off, but if this is not gonna stop, then it could be worth it. Bro, GJ's too close to yearly high. It is close, but you know, you don't know when it's gonna stop at this point. It's gonna stop when the volume stop, but in terms of the structure being formed on 5, you do have it. So based on 5-minute entries, breaking that high could be one. How much have you made with YouTube? Yeah, YouTube doesn't pay me much. Per stream, I get around $1.5 to $2 per stream. And each video depends on how many views the video gets. I get around $5 per 1,000 views. So you can calculate it. That's basically it. Anyone take it on the 5? Good luck, good luck. Just realize it's more of a risky option, but if volume continues, it should be okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up stream here. Don't go and do anything crazy here. That 5-minute option is active at the moment right now. That's about it. Yeah, 1-4 risk, you're fine, man. Even if it comes back, screw it. And yeah, that's basically it. GJ will keep on pushing here until volume dies out here. Everything is pointing up here. Everything is pointing bullish. And yeah, I do feel it will continue up bullish here. No doubt about that. I think targets, like max targets, are going to be 189. 189 here. 189 is going to be your next target here. 189 will be your next target. I'm new, but I'll see you all next week and I'll sub. Yeah. Leave a subscribe if you're new. Would appreciate it. And I hope you can benefit from the content. We drop videos every Sunday as well. So enjoy that. And yeah, I hope I'll catch you guys next week. With that being said, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. Have an amazing weekend all. Peace.